you, and you, and you. He wants to be your friend. Zet, sometimes you're naughty. Zet, sometimes you're funny. Zet, come on, let's play.
But have you done your homework yet? We want to tell you to remember Zet. We love you.
Here a snip, there a snip, everywhere a snip.
There's no numbers on this measuring tape. How am I supposed to measure the thing if there's no numbers?
Man, Fix, you must turn it around. There you
Yeah,
go.
okay.
And you must measure it on the wood, 4 by 4. I want it 4 by 4, please. Snip here, snip there.
Well, how much is 4 by 4?
4 by 4, Fixie. Look, there, 4 by 4. Yeah, 4. Please, man, please. Oh, I'm gonna have a lovely table after this thing. Snip, 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 snip. Here, snip there.
What? Oh, I nearly forgot. You see, once a week, the teachers at Zeti and Zet school, they choose one of the pupils to come and read a poem. And this week it's Zet and Zeti's turn.
Oh, we would be delighted to listen to your poem, Zeti.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be the principal. And I always wanted to be a teacher, you know, because I'm very good with kids. And before I became a postman, I wanted to go study teaching, but they said I was too stupid. But I don't believe them. But I'm very good with kids.
Yeah, get on with it, Fix. It's now Zeti's turn.
Right.
Yeah.
Good morning, class.
Morning, teacher.
Today, we're going to have Zeti, who is going to perform, read her poem called Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star.
Yay! Zeti! Zeti!
Yes, Zeti.
Na 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 na.
Well done. Well done, Zeti. That was good.
That was really very well done. You'll have no problem at school whatsoever, Zeti. Now, it's time for Zet to do his poem. Where is it?
Yo, Zeti, where is it? The two of you were supposed to be working together.
Zet, afraid of what?
Zet, what do you mean you're scared of speaking in front of all those people? You're so popular at school for telling all your stories all the time. No, Zet, it's not a good enough excuse. If you and Zeti are going to go to class, you must do the poem.
Fix! You scaring the poor child even more. I know what we must do. I must tell you one of my famous Bible stories. That will help you. And it will even help you friends at home.
From everywhere in Jerusalem, people ran to see what was happening at the house where the Christians were gathered. Have you heard that sound? It was wonderful, strange. Was it a sudden wind? But there's no dust. It was just the sound. It came from that house, there, where those people have been praying all week. Inside the house, the disciples were just as amazed. But it was not only the sound that astonished them. It was this new feeling. Suddenly all of them just knew the Holy Spirit really came and was inside every one of them. And the disciples looked around at one another, and they saw the small tongues of fire that had settled down on everyone's head. And now they listened in amazement as one by one their friends spoke in different and wonderful languages they had never heard them speak before. It's true! Jesus' promise has come true. The Holy Spirit of God has come to live inside us human beings. And then they felt an even more amazing change inside themselves. The Spirit now started to remind them of everything that Jesus had said when he wandered on earth with them. Suddenly, every one of those disciples felt the urge to tell one another about Jesus and about his love. The message of Jesus Christ was growing inside them. The disciples looked at the crowd of people that had assembled outside the house. They just stood there and stared at the disciples. They were waiting for something. Peter stood up first. He walked out of the house and faced the crowd. There were so many people. He stood and he looked at them. Could he? Should he speak to them? There were enemies of Jesus in that crowd. They had organized Jesus' trial before the high priest and before Pilate. Now they were watching closely, just waiting for Peter to dare to say something. How could he speak? He wasn't a teacher. They would laugh at him. And there were quite a few Christians that remembered how he fled when Jesus needed him. Peter looked at the people in the crowd again. And as he looked, something happened inside him. With that good message of Jesus' love for all the human beings of the world. These men and women were so desperate for good news. They needed something good to happen to them. They needed the words of Jesus. The living message inside Peter stirred and started to move. It moved his heart. Inside his brain it changed to thoughts, and it became words. It came out through the light in his eyes and the eagerness in his face. Peter started to speak to the crowd. Oh, it wasn't easy to speak the message of Christ. As he had expected, some of the crowd laughed at him and his friends. "They are drunk," they said. "Listen to them. They can't even talk straight. Boy, are they drunk." "No," Peter said calmly. "It's much too early in the day to be drunk. Oh no, this is something very special that had happened. This is the Holy Spirit that came to live in human hearts. He came to teach us more about God's love. He came to help us remember the words of Jesus, and he came to help us understand what Jesus did for us when he died on the cross." Then the words of Christ that were inside Peter showed another wonderful thing that happens when people speak about it to one another. It opens space for itself into other people's hearts too. We want to know about Christ. Thousands of people in the crowd started to call out, "What can we do, Peter? How can we become God's children too?" And so the miracle started. To this day, the words of Christ can make a home for itself in a human being's heart and grow and become stronger and make that person a very happy human being. And it grows especially well when a person allows the words of Christ to go from him to another person and to another and to another.
So you see, Zet, you must just believe in whatever you do, and the rest will come naturally.
So Zet, do you think you're up to it? Man. Your poem, silly, you gonna read it to us?
Yes. Go Zet, go Zet,
Go Zet, go Zet, go Zet. Yes! Well done. There's no problems that you're gonna be fine. You and Zeti are gonna be the best